Well, I was gonna keep it that way, but I decided not to because I can't see myself and I got people talking. So, like I said, I'm not a vlogger. It's not my thing. But here I am. I'm waiting for a few people to get in here. Oh man. I think that most of y'all can see me. What's going on, y'all? In about 4 minutes, we're gonna get started. Como en 4 minutos vamos a comenzar. And it's not gonna be bilingual, this is gonna be in English. So if you don't speak English, I'm sorry, my friend. Si tú no hablas inglés, yo lo siento. Tú tienes que escuchar en inglés. Aquí está el amiguito DeeJay. What's up, man? How are you? So I'm gonna talk a little bit today about basic. I'll get into that in 3 minutes, actually. So I'll wait. Got a few people coming in. I had to get my haircut today. I was looking kind of crazy, but it's all good. Basic recording, mixing, and mastering. That's all I'm gonna talk about today for the most part. Waiting for a few more people to get on here. I might turn on my computer and show y'all something. Maybe. Maybe I'll show y'all a session. Maybe not. Mr. Pickle's on here. How you doing? I'm still sending out t-shirts. But I do it on my time because, of course, they're free. So whenever I get a chance, I will drive a t-shirt to your house or I will just mail it out. All right, let me take this off. Let me get started. Oh, this light's pretty harsh. I'm gonna wait a few minutes. Yeah, my desktop's kind of crazy. One minute, we're gonna get started in 1 minute. All right. All right, so it's 7 o'clock right now. So this is the free class. So I am gonna just talk about whatever I want to talk about, and basically whenever I get to help you out individually, if you want to hire me for executive production or anything like that, then I will help you individually on how to do those things. So we're going to talk about basic mixing and mastering. So I'm going to pull up Pro Tools. You might not be able to see it, but I will point out the best as possible certain things so you can kind of get an idea of what they are. Like I said, again, this is the free version of the class, so I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but I'm going to get into some basic things. All right. So right now I pulled up Pro Tools. If you want to record, I strongly suggest that you get Pro Tools. You can use whatever DAW that you want. Again, that's the software that is used to record music. So let's see. I pulled up this file here. So So in recording, basic recording, what you're gonna have is different tracks. If you look here on the computer, you'll see that this is a track. Something that goes across is a track, like when you run on a track. Similar idea, right? So if you look up here, you'll see that we got tracks. All right. Each one of those tracks represents a recording. All right. So when we're talking about basic recording and mixing, what you want to do is you have one line that might be just a beat. So this line right here, the purple one. If you look across the purple one, that is the beat. All right, it's the instrumental. In this case, it's called the Bad Boys instrumental. All right, we have other things here that I labeled. One thing that you want to do if you do start recording yourself is you want to label those things, all right? So I don't consider myself an engineer, but I know how to engineer. The other day somebody introduced me to somebody else and they asked me what I do for music, and I'm really an executive producer. So an executive producer has to know how to do all those things more or less. So each line in music in the software represents something different. All right, so what you got to do is label each line. So this line right here represents ad-libs. So ad-libs right here, you'll see basically have like what looks like little dots from your screen. Those are all little pieces of recording. An ad-lib is when a person kind of says something randomly in the background. It's not necessarily random, but it's not your main verse. So you'll have a line that's labeled your verse, and that's where all your recording is. All right. After you do your vocal recording, your main vocal recording, which is your verse, what you want to do after you get that down perfectly, you might have to have a lot of takes over and over again. And like I said before, you have to really practice that until you get that the right way. All right. So what's up, Essie, by the way? I hope you're doing well. So for the verse, you might want to make sure you practice that well and then deliver it. Once you deliver it well, if you're a rapper, you need to make sure that you have what people call dubs or in and outs. All right, so right here, this purple line, if you see that purple line right around there, that purple line, that is the main verse. All right, in this case, verse 1 and 2 are on that line. All right, so verse 1 and 2 are on that line, and then if you look at the next line or the next track, which is the green one on the screen, you'll see that that's what some people call in and outs or dubs. Honestly, it just doesn't matter what you call them. All it is that basically the rhyme, you're emphasizing the rhymes when you speak on this portion of the track. So you can, when you first record, you should think about doing your chorus, and I'll talk about your chorus a little bit later on, but the chorus, in my opinion, should go first. If you're really enthusiastic and you want to do your verse first, that's fine. Your verse needs to be layered or stacked. Your chorus, excuse me. Your verse can be layered, but you don't have to do that. Most of the times you don't have to do that, unless that's your style of recording, which is fine. I mean, at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. You can lay your vocals however you want. But you really got to think about, the way you're actually supposed to record. So, shout out to my cousin Lansky, just got on. So, lay your chorus down first. So let me tell you what these lines are for right here. This line right here, the purple one, that in this case that's 2 verses. All right, and the green line up there, that's what I call dubs. That's an emphasis on the rhymes. And then the blue line up top, that is that's your in and out. Those are called your dubs. All right, so that all becomes like what the verse would sound like. Now let me show you what the chorus looks like, or can look like. So in this example right here, you're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of recording. So in my case, in my chorus, I wanted to record my chorus 5 times because I wanted to sound a certain way. I wanted to sound stacked. And when you think about a chorus, it is what it is. A chorus is like a group of recordings of people. You know, it could be, you know, a bunch of people doing it together, right? So a chorus has to kind of sound like it's more than one person to a certain extent. It can be, you know. So this is the chorus right here. I chose to record it 5 times because I send this out to one of our producers, and then he can do his thing, or he can choose whichever 3 he thinks are the best, or he can use all of them. Sometimes he uses all of them, but that's basically how the recording happens. So I chose to do the chorus 5 times, which is only in the beginning. This song in particular has 3 choruses. So when I sent it to my producer, he then copies and pastes all of this and puts it in other places on the song. All right. So that's a little bit about that. But like I said, I don't consider myself an engineer, but I know how to engineer. And I wouldn't say I'm the best engineer, but I would say that I can get it to sound pretty great if I wanted to. But I actually like really trust good engineers, and I respect their craft, and I like for them to do the work for me. So here in this black space right here, you have plugins, and plugins are basically like things that make your voice sound a little bit different, or your beats sound a little bit different. This is where some people use the auto-tune, the famous auto-tune. So some people want to make their voice sound like T-Pain's. So if you want your voice to sound like T-Pain, this is the part where you got to do it. All right, so there are all types of plugins. There's de-essers, and a de-esser is like something that makes the sound kind of go away. There's all type of equalizers there. There's compressors. There are all type of things that can make your music or make your vocals sound a little bit differently. All right, so yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the basics of recording. So you want to look at music in terms of like your song, like maybe into sections. If you want to think about your song, think about your song kind of like having the beginning, the middle, and the end. But it's even more complex than that. Like I said before, you might have a basically like an intro, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, and then you'll have like a pre-chorus again, chorus, and then a verse and a bridge, and then from there you might do like the last verse. So all of those have to be pretty much more or less on a different track. All right, so you know, when I always got the question like what comes first or what comes second, or you know, what comes first when you're doing music, the beat or the vocals or the song, it really depends. So if you start out with the song and you have no beat, then you know, you're not even here yet. All right, so sometimes you can think about getting a reference track. And what I mean by getting a reference track is you can go and download a song from YouTube, or an instrumental rather from YouTube. And if you download an instrumental from YouTube, you need to convert it into an MP3 file. And once you convert it into an MP3 file, you might want to then put that file, I don't know, on your desktop or in your documents. Once you have that instrumental on there, you want to open up Pro Tools, and then you want to import, what's called importing that instrumental onto Pro Tools. And then once you import that instrumental, or that beat rather, into Pro Tools, you're gonna see something like that purple line load up, right? So when you that's right there, the beat, the purple line. You can also see it up here. All right. So that would be the instrumental. That would be the thing that you have to import from the internet or wherever. Somebody could have sent you a beat, and you download it from your email, and then from there you upload it into your program, and you can play it over and over again, and you can see what it sounds like. So after you, let's say you got a beat and you want to write to it, you have no idea what's gonna be on the chorus. You just gotta kind of sit there and listen to it over and over again and see what comes to you. Right? So let's say, so when I took this beat off the internet, actually this beat, this is a beat that Felix 12 Note made for me, because I like the song. I like something that Lil Jon was doing, so I wanted to borrow some inspiration from Lil Jon. So so you hear that recording sounds actually, it sounds kind of weird, right? It doesn't sound finished, it doesn't sound polished. And so this is like a raw recording. So this isn't the type of recording that I would publish because it doesn't sound good, right? So the reason why I record it on here, I can get clean vocals. And what I mean by clean vocals is that I can't hear anything else but my vocals. So you have to make sure that you can do that. Let's say I'm recording into my microphone, and then all of a sudden the dog barks. And if the dog barks, that comes out in my recording. That's not a clean recording. What you want to do is make sure that you have a booth, or make sure you have a soundproof area where outside sound can't get into the microphone, right? So another thing that some people make mistakes on is they have they'll have their headphones too loud, or the headphones, when they have the headphones on, the music bleeds through the headphones. What that means is that it comes out and then the microphone picks it up, so then you have that sound going into the microphone. That's not what you want. So you want to make sure that none of that happens. All right, so make sure, I mean, when you're investing in the equipment, you got to make sure it's quality equipment, because if you just get some crappy headphones, it's not going to work. So like I got some headphones here, all right, which I like for mixing and also for recording. So they're top quality headphones, and when I put them on and I record, the sound isn't gonna leak. The sound isn't gonna come out into the microphone. So that's very important, because when you send this music out to somebody to get it like mixed and mastered, then that's not something that they gotta deal with or edit out. All right, so you really gotta think about that. By the way, if you want me to work on your project, let me know. I'm scheduling people into studio time with a couple of people that I got, and I'll help you prepare before you get into the studio, because it costs a lot of money to be at the studio. So you want to make sure that you come in well rehearsed before you drop in the studio. So yeah, before you record, put on your headphones. You would have to ask the engineer like to turn you up. There's parts of the beat that the engineer might say, hey, you might say to the engineer, turn my bass up. That's why sometimes you hear like Eminem in one of his songs goes, where's my snare? I can't hear my snare. So then the engineer goes and he turns the knob, either with the software or with whatever buttons that he has, and he'll turn Eminem's snare on, and Eminem then will hear the snare. And one of the most important things when you're rhyming is to hear the snare, because that's where your rhyme words should drop, right? That's where you have to make sure that you're rhyming on, right? So get yourself a good pair of headphones. Get yourself a soundproof booth. Nowadays, you can buy like a booth just for your head. You can literally just put your head inside the booth and just rap to a microphone that's inside the small booth, and it'll be soundproof. What you want is a soundproof booth. And what that means is that no sound from outside can get into that microphone besides your voice. Your voice should be the only thing that's coming into that. All right, and get the engineer to make sure you sound crispy clear. And yeah, so what else? I mean, you want to think about your outro. You want to think about every part of your song. Now, there is something to be said about actually not saying something during music. So one thing, yeah, you ever heard Jay-Z say like, "Let that bitch breathe"? When Jay-Z says that, what he's actually saying is let the beat breathe, because at the end of the day, like, it's good to have your music out there. Excuse me. But if the beat is a really good beat, you gotta let people hear the beat. So at the end, you might just like not say anything because people are just enjoying the beat. Now, if you listen to some Cape Verdean music, or you listen to some Hispanic music, or any music outside of like kind of like the urban hip hop music, you realize that there's like a portion where like it's kind of like a solo for an instrument, or it's like a bridge, but that bridge might not have the person singing over it, or if you like opera, or you like any classical music or something like that, there's always like a solo or like a part just for the instrument, or just for somebody to kind of show off their skills. And sometimes it's important for the music to just kind of play itself and people can just enjoy the music. So some people don't say anything in the intro because people love to hear just the beat, and then they think the beat's really cool, and then you might just jump in with your verse. You know, there's an artist called Popcorn, well, it's like Popcorn, and from Jamaica, and I like Popcorn's music because he has a couple of songs where he kind of just lets the beat build in the beginning, and then he kind of starts his verse, and then later the chorus comes in, and you're kind of intrigued by what he's saying, and then he'll drop a really nice chorus. So you gotta think about, like, people are really there to kind of listen to the actual music, and even though your verse might be hot on it, the music is equally as important, if not more important. That's why some people say that some rappers have like poor beat selection. One person who I think has very poor beat selection, Popcorn is a dope artist. One of my favorite songs is Silence and Family. But yeah, one of the artists, if you used to listen to Cannabis back in the day, you'll realize that Cannabis is a great rapper. His wordplay, his lyricism, everything is great. He sounded good on other people's projects, but if you ever listen to his album, you'll be disappointed because the beats that he chose to put on his album weren't like that great. And anybody can argue against me with that, but his beats just weren't that good. They weren't anything that really sparked the person's interest to want to hear more. His lyrics were great, but Cannabis kind of sucked at picking good beats. He was good on DJ Clue stuff, he was good on all that other stuff, but a person who some people criticize for not having good beats or not having good beat selection is Nas. But Nas has great albums. Sometimes he has poor albums, so he's kind of like hit or miss with whatever album he has. So, but the one thing about Nas that people really appreciate is that he's a great lyricist and storyteller. So his lyrics are so good, and his message is so strong that sometimes people kind of overlook the fact that it might not be the dopest beat, but that what he's saying is really, really dope and really conscious. So those are things that you got to think about. There's all types of music. You know, if you listen to music just for lyrics, or if you want to create music that are great for lyrics, and you know, you don't have to become a recording artist. You can be, you can do a lot of things that are a cappella. You can do live shows where it's just freestyling. You can do battle rap. You know, that's a type of like informed like presentation of music, right? Now, let's talk about the music I like in particular. So, reggaeton, dancehall, reggae, hip hop. Right, those are the genres that I kind of like dive into, that I create, and that I really enjoy. Reggae, or dancehall rather, one of my favorite artists is Vybz Kartel, and I love Vybz Kartel music because one, I think is very catchy, right? And he focuses a lot on choruses. I mean, he might have, in one song, he might have two verses. You know, he might have the first verse actually repeat on the third verse. So the first verse is exactly the same as the third verse. Now, a lot of people don't realize that because you don't remember everything that he said on the first verse. People's attention span are kind of short. So if you just have like an easy way to record, if you want to get into like recording, is especially in dancehall reggae, do a first verse, do a second verse, your third verse, just repeat your first verse again. Just have your engineer kind of do that over, and you realize that the song is catchier. And that's something I really like about his music, in particular. You know, Vibes has been like a very controversial figure in Jamaica, but his music is very powerful. And reggae is similar pitch to reggaeton to a certain extent. Yeah, it's similar. There's some artists who kind of follow the same that same structure, and everyone kind of blends the style of hip hop into those things. So some people say, like, who listen to my music, especially if you're an English speaking person, you might realize that in my reggaeton songs I use the hip hop style of like rapping. I'll use the first, second, and third verse with a chorus in between, right? So and then in some songs I decided to take like more of like the traditional reggae or dancehall style, where I just have a verse, chorus, a new verse, and then the first and the third verse are the same. So if you just kind of like hear some of that, you'll realize that you're like, oh, okay. You keep repeating it over and over again. And then some people don't really know. Some of Vybz Kartel songs only have one verse, and you don't notice it because the song is so catchy that all he has is a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. And there's actually one song where he just has the chorus, the verse, pre-chorus, and then again the pre-chorus and the chorus, and then the pre-chorus and the chorus again, and the whole song is like that, and it sounds really good. Now, the reason why you kind of like don't you might not realize it's so repetitive is because it's a good song, and you kind of dive into enjoying the song. Now, repetition is good, but it's not always good, right? There are a lot of catchy songs like, let's talk about this guy. He was popping a while back, and he's Lil Pump, right? So Lil Pump, his style of writing is basically like a very repetitive chorus. So hence, when he has a song Gucci Gang, the chorus is just Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Like, it's the same thing over and over again. Now, that is catchy. People like Gucci, so they're gonna like it because he's repeating Gucci, and then people like to say gang, gang, or gang, so it just worked. Gucci and gang worked for him, so he did it over and over again, and everybody loved the song. So he just did like a few verses, did a repetitive chorus, had a really dope banging beat, and the song was pretty much a hit. And you got to decide what you're trying to do. You really have to think about the song structure of whatever you want to do. Hey, you don't have to necessarily work hard to have a really dope song. I mentioned before that XXXTentacion had a song called Sad, which I heard, and Sad only has one verse, and at that, it's a short verse. The rest of it is a repetition of the same thing over again, and you become conditioned to repeat that because it's a good chorus, and it goes along with the melody, and it goes over and over again, repeating the same thing. And then when you stop listening to that song, you kind of start thinking about that chorus again. So something you gotta decide when you're recording music is who you're recording. Yeah, I'll put some music in a minute. You gotta think about if you're recording music for yourself or for someone else. I put out projects where it's the music I want to put out, right? If I have something personal I want to get off my chest, I just write it. All right. If I have something that I want to, you know, kind of, if I'm trying to create a hit or something, I might appeal to, excuse me, some modern sound that I have. I might write lyrics that are similar to what's on the like Billboard Top 100, right? And I gotta really think about if that's what I want to do. Now you don't want to, you can if you want. You can sell out if you want and do music that's popular. Like there was a big movement with trap music. Everybody wants to do trap, and now trap is really popular. But if you're not a trap artist, you need to really think about whether you want to do that, because then you're gonna be boxed in. So one rapper artist that I like, Farruko. So Farruko is a reggaeton artist, but the trap movement came in so strong that Farruko decided to do trap, and it kind of worked for him because a lot of people haven't distinguished the difference between kind of like in terms of the culture, the difference between reggaeton and trap in Spanish, Latin trap, because it's kind of like all the same artists diving out of reggaeton and trap, which is fine. But Farruko's able to kind of like go into all the trap genre, the reggaeton genre, the dance hall reggae. So he did one whole album in trap, which I think was probably the right decision for him in his career, because that was the most popular music at that time. But he was going to do it in reggaeton. All right, so yeah, some people requested to hear some music. I'm supposed to have a person come on, but he might not come on. So I just want to make sure that I'll play some of the stuff. So I have a new album coming out, and that album is called Ether. Wise the Gold Pen presents Ether. And I'll play some of that. All right, so check it out. So this is called Yo Te Di. Means that I gave it to you in Spanish.
Yo te di todo lo que tenía sin poder ver.
Todas las mujeres con las manos en el aire.
Que tú ibas a dejarme destrozar así.
No estés enferma de amor.
Enferma de amor.
No, tú no estás enferma. No llores por nadie. Tú no mereces llorar por nadie. Toda la mujer que levante la mano, manos en el aire. Tu corazón vale más, no te dejes. Tú vale más, no te dejes. Vive la vida bien, no te quejes. Para de llorar, no te quejes. Todas las mujeres que vinieron en depresión, dejen de sentir la presión. Porque tú te ves buena.
Yo te di todo lo que tenía sin poder ver.
¿Por qué?
Que tú ibas a dejarme destrozar así. Enferma de amor.
No llores por amor, no llores por amor. Si eres latina, pon las manos en el aire. Venezolana, las manos en el aire. Puertorriqueña, las manos en el aire. Dominicana, las manos en el aire. Y las cubanas, las manos en el aire. Las mexicanas, las manos en el aire. Las de Argentina, las manos en el aire. No llores, no llores, no llores más por amor.
Yo te di
¿Qué?
todo lo que tenía sin poder ver.
Para de llorar,
Que
para
tú
de llorar.
ibas a dejarme destrozar así. Enferma de amor.
Yo quiero que todas las mujeres levanten su cabeza, aunque algunas dicen
Yo te di
no.
todo lo que tenía sin poder ver.
Levanten las manos,
Que tú
levanten las
ibas a dejarme destrozar así. Enferma de amor.
manos. No llores por amor. There you guys go, getting a little preview of Ether, which is gonna be released pretty soon. That track was produced by DJ Classic, DeeJay Classic produced that track, and you know, if you want to get some beats from DeeJay Classic, let me know. I'll hook you up. So actually, I didn't write that song, but I did have some input on it. I do write 90% of my music. In this project, I collaborated with somebody, and he was a composer, and he referenced the track. He demoed the track first, and I went in there and I delivered. I executed the track. I executed the vocals. So that's something you gotta think about it. It's different than a ghostwriter. It's a ghostwriter actually might do the same thing, and that might be somebody who writes for you all the time. But in this case, it's just basically. But yeah, I mean, of course, this song is not released yet. People are saying that you can't really get the true sound of it. That's true. You can't get the true sound of it through IG, but if you want to hear it, you gotta stay tuned. And you stay tuned, and we'll, you know, when I release it, you'll be like, hey, oh, I got that song. I finally heard it. Let's see if this guy wants to get on. Don't look like it. So, I mean, I'll talk a little bit more about Hey. Let's preview some more of the music in the meantime then. So check it out. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that, everybody who's commenting on that. So I'm gonna preview another song. We'll talk a little bit about it. All this is kind of like a reggaeton / dembow, so it's kind of like a Puerto Rican reggaeton mixed with a little bit of Dominican dembow. Dembow at one point was reggaeton, and the name's kind of like now means something different. So at one point, if you were listening to dembow and reggaeton, they were considered the same thing. Quick history lesson: dembow just means they bow in Jamaican patois. Which is kind of like a dance. So, but anyways, let's check out a few more tracks, all right? And then I already spoke a little bit about the mixing and mastering and the recording process, so I'll play a couple more tracks.
Ya tú sabes que lo que Loue Musica, todo el mundo para la pista, yeah. A bailar, a gozar, todo lo que sube baja, tarde o temprano baja. Si ves una nube baja, aguacero malo viene y te va a mojar, tú bajas. Si tú subes, tú tarde o temprano baja. No cortes camino por más que lleves navaja. El que se cree sabio tarde o temprano se raja. Tarde o temprano se raja. Tarde o temprano se raja. Tarde o temprano baja. Sube y baja. Sube y baja. Sube y baja. Sube y baja. Hoy está abajo, mañana está arriba. No busques abajo, disfruta la vida. Sube. Nunca estamos abajo, siempre arriba. Sube. Nunca estamos abajo, siempre arriba. Nunca estamos abajo, siempre arriba. Cuida si siembras maldad, que lo malo se te vira. Yeah. Si tú subes, tú tarde o temprano baja. No cortes camino por más que lleves navaja. El que se cree sabio tarde o temprano se raja. Tarde o temprano se raja. Tarde o temprano se raja. Tarde o temprano baja. Sube y baja. Sube y baja. Sube y baja.
Sube Sube. This album is gonna drop soon. We're doing a little bit of promo right now. Pretty soon, I'm gonna push for more promo. So you're gonna see a bunch of ads everywhere. You're gonna see, and I'm gonna get into marketing and promoting later on. I know people are here requesting to hear more of the music, so I'm going to play more of the music by request. But you'll see an ad on Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snap. So it's kind of like the advertisement spider. So wherever you go, excuse me, you're gonna see an ad for music. You're gonna see posters too all over. Like I said, we'll talk about how much that costs more or less later on, and what can happen to make your music kind of like pop a little bit, so everybody knows what's going on with your music. All right, I was supposed to have somebody get on here, but hey, they flaked again the second time. That's another thing you kind of gotta deal with in the music industry. People being a little flaky. It is what it is. You might want to deal with people who are type A on it, but artists are kind of like all over the place sometimes. So that's something you gotta think about and consider when you work with somebody. All right, so I'll play this other track. See the name of the song. Y'all getting a preview of the album before it even comes out. Shout out to Prezi. Oh, we'll preview some of Prezi's songs too. It's totally different hip hop style. And Prezi and I are gonna be working on a new movement. Alright, it's gonna be executive produced by Loue Musica and Presidential Grown. Alright, we're gonna be putting together a mixtape for drill music in Boston. Alright, especially for Latin rappers. Alright. Drill Latinos coming soon, especially in Spanish. You're gonna see drill is gonna be fire. It's gonna be the next movement. All right, ready?
Yeah, man, what's up? I like the new song, man.
Oh snap! There go my nephew right there. Oh snap! It's my cousin.
Say what's up. Say what's up.
My nephew is Scary. What's up?
Say what's up.
What's going on with you, man? Oh man.
Yeah, man. You know we paving, big paving. You heard?
He's gonna be a lady killer, man.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah, he got his curls is popping already.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, we on here, bro. I'm gonna preview some of your music next, especially that I mean,
yeah, what's your favorite song so far, man?
Okay. Yeah, man. Evelyn might come on in a few minutes too. She might talk a little bit about the recording process and her experience. But check this out. Let's see.
Let me see what's being done here.
BBA, Presidential Grown. All right.
Yeah, BBA shit. Yeah. This is that shit getting returned. She ate my pants. She know shit to the dance. Shit get legs. Hey, swerving. Hey, ooh, hey, swerving. And not today. I got the quarantine. She said she got the quarantine look. Stain it. 40, sprain it. Both, coughing, leaning, ready to war, I'm back to back. I'm strap. In the mat, billboards, new truck, got the dog, irritating. 319. Yeah, man, that's that presidential grown, man. Meet the groans. Meet the gronies, man. Meet the groans on every platform. Got a whole bunch of shit. Get her dance. She see the 8 of my pants. She know I'm straight to the bands. Send you straight to your mans. Lottie. Ooh. Hey. Swerving. Hey. Hey. Swerving. You know the different fans. Send you straight to your mans. We paving. Take off. You grown things. I didn't need to take off. Money. Take it. You know how I be rolling headshots to the whole whip. That's a triple A. And that's my grown knees. That's BBA. Like the way that I did. She's the 8 of my pants. You get stupid with it. Lottie. Hey, swerve it. Hey, move. Hey, swerve it. She's the 8 of my pants. You know that. 50 man. Lottie. Heavy on the Lottie, you heard?
That's BBA. Get that presidential grown. Meet the grown.
Yeah, man, you better bleed accordingly, you heard? That better bleed accordingly, man.
Better bleed accordingly. Listen.
You know the vibes.
Fire. That's that drill music. And we putting on for Boston with the drill music. So just know that. There's a bunch of dope ass tracks on this, you know, and cop that. iTunes $9.99. Alright. Make sure you go check it out. Also, there's an interview. There's a video dropping July 16th.
Yeah, man, July 16th, man. You already know the vibes, man. Meet the Groans, man. On my Billy's train to go, man. Shout out to all the homies, man, that popped out, man. You know how we was doing, man. Foreigner.
Yep.
Foreigner. These are the fuck is being done here, man. You know what I'm saying? But, man, we paving, man. Paving, man. Shout out to the homies, man. We paving.
Yeah.
You know the vibes paved the way.
So let's get into another one of the tracks, man. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, what's this?
Oh, of course. Just saw the video for this right here.
Oh, yeah, this is the video right here, yeah. Wow. My man Todd shit. Lottie, woo. I leave your brains on.
We let it rain.
Don't do it.
On my Billy train to go. It ain't a game no more. We let it rain. It's on. That time waits for no man.
I'm cutting in. Sold him and sold raised in the trenches. Yo, what you doing, little man?
Right out my mama can. Strictly Western, get the step in me. I did the two step. Strictly Western, get the step in me.
They'll sit in on drugs. I ain't even push. Other flavors on this nine. Yo, what you doing, kid? He's bullying me already. Bullying me already. Come on, little man, stop it. You on the live, you know, stop it. You on the live. Hated that I made it. No, I pull up the nuts, let go. Different color Legos. shooters out the Ubers. If I say go, shout out to Ernesto. Who let the text go? Bullets in that gun smoke. That's on my belly. Nose strapped up like a got Joe. Two texts on the go. Red light to green light. That's television. That's for the television. If your mama cried, it's a cold set.
You want to hear more?
Yeah,
and you gotta get that meet the grooms.
Now you already know.
What you got
man.
next, man? What you got plans for?
Yeah, man, I'm about to do a mixtape for the ladies, man. I'm about to drop this presidential suite. You know what I'm saying? The new single's gonna be Ty Bills. You know what I'm saying? Ty Bills, man. It's gonna be the new one, man.
Yo, mixtape for the ladies.
She do whatever Prezi say. You heard?
Man.
You know the vibes.
Hey,
you know the vibes.
Gotta sing to the ladies, man. I mean, that's where it's at, man. I mean, you got lady fans. It's just game over after that.
Yeah, man. We about to do something. I'm trying to put together this little Spanish shit with this Spanish dude. You know what I'm saying? And get him to do this little remix with me on this beat that I got going.
Okay. What type of sound we going for? We gonna go for the
yeah, some trap music.
Okay. All right, cool. For all y'all out there, if y'all looking for a good team to work with, right here, it's it's Loue Musica, Presidential Grown. We could put you on.
Everything presidential, man. You know the vibes.
Yeah, everything is presidential. Make sure that sounds real good. Make sure that, your music is popping. Come see us for production. Come see us for marketing. Come
features, however you want to do it, man.
Features.
Yeah.
Prezi got the, features. So hit him up in the DM privately so y'all can talk about the prices for the feature.
Hey, yo, if you put it on the BBA song, I'm trying to get some females to dance to this song. I'm trying to put out like a $500 reward for the best twerk on Instagram to the BBA shit. You know what I mean?
Ladies.
So that's what we doing. And then whoever really, you know what I'm saying, get it going, then they'll win, you know what I'm saying, the #1 feature within the video, the Ty Bills video, man, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically how we trying to move, man. So
let me say that again, ladies. You're gonna win a $500 prize if you bring your best twerking.
Yeah, 500. It be twerking anyway. No disrespect. Everybody likes to have fun. So it's like, you know what I'm saying. Just tag me, put on your story, whatever you want to do. We'll go through it. This is like, real presidential, real business shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what we doing because. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to hear that gang shit. Now everybody want to see all that. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? The ladies bring the fun out of the guys, man. You know what I mean? After hard work in the field or at work, man. You know what I'm saying? See some entertainment. So like that, you know what I mean? Everybody be able to get their own little exposure.
Yep.
You know? And you know what I mean? Everybody's one hand wash the other, you know?
Some people saying give them the money already, that they already won.
I mean, if they not twerking like Jessica Vanessa, then I don't know, man. They don't stand a chance.
Oh, man. So get your twerking on. Get your twerking on, ladies, and send those videos in to Presidential.
Yeah, man.
Or Grown.
That BBA, man. Presidential Grown, BBA, that's the song.
Yep.
We trying to shoot for the club with that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we like the way, she liked the way that I dance, you know what I'm saying? I don't really dance much, so you have to do the dancing for me, you know how I go.
That's what's up. Yo, man, so tell people about this CD, man. You got physical copies?
Man, listen, man, them things sold out, man.
Sold out? Oh, man.
Yeah, they sold out. There's no more, man.
No
I mean,
more
no more CDs. I got a couple Paved the Way shirts. You know what I mean? BIPSI, man. I got some Treyway books. But that's as far as it's going right now. They can go on iTunes and pay for the digital copy, $10. Presidential Grown. I mean, meet the Groans. But, yeah, man, meet us quick, man, because that presidential suite about to drop, man. I'm on the top floor with this shit, man. Presidential at Foxwoods, man. We in Fox Towers with this one. So, that's what we doing, man. You know what I mean? Presidential turn up so I turn up so loud, right? No funny shit. I turn up so loud that The last time I went to the Prudential building was the last time it was even open. So now they don't even have the restaurant up there no more, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo,
like,
Prez, just for everybody to know, man, you and I just we're way beyond the 500,000 views mark on our song, All Mine Remix.
Oh yeah.
So we are.
You know, yo, bro, I try to be humble about it because they won't believe it. You talking about that $500,000 on that All Mine
Remix? $500,000.
Fat Man Scoop.
Over 600,000 views on our song with Fat Man Scoop, man. So,
man, shout out to the international plug, man. You know what I'm saying? And they've been definitely listening. A lot of them been basically posting a date as far as the video release party. Video release to the All My Billy's Train to Go. That's in 2 days. Yeah, Thursday, 2 days. So yeah, man, it's about to be lit. You know what I'm saying?
So, yo, this is for all the people who are aspiring artists. If you want your stuff to look professional like this, you know, nice CD, got the plastic wrap, open it up and all that, let us know. You can hire us, presidential stuff. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it happen. But, yo, if you want to hear some good music, you want to hear some quality sounds, hit up presidential_grown93. Make sure you get that. There's no more physical copies right now because he's sold out. Make sure you cop that on iTunes, $9.99. And we got the video dropping in a couple of days. Make sure you hit that up. You know, I mean, we getting the views, man. These views are organic. You know, they're coming up. People like the song. People share it, keep do their thing, and it's just popping. So if you're trying to get on that level too, let me know. You know, I got the you know, President Grown and I got the game on Smash. So just let us know. I scheduled somebody for Thursday to work with an engineer that I got. So, like I said, I'm working on a project where we're going to get a bunch of Latin rappers together to do some drill music, new wave. And I got this Ether project coming out soon. I just previewed some of the tracks. So, yeah, man.
Man, my camera's messed up, bro. I'm about to hit you right back.
Yeah, hit me back.
All right.
I'm gonna play some more of this. I'm gonna play some more of this. My new EP, which is coming out pretty soon in the next few days. Actually, in a couple weeks. All right, so Kane finally joined. So Kane, just request me. So there we go. So finally, Kane has made it. Yo, Kane, man, you late, man.
My fault, bro.
So everybody who's tuning in, man, my man Young Kane, he's on here. I met Young Kane. I'll let him introduce himself. I met him through Presidential Grown. But introduce yourself to the folks, man, and then we'll talk a little bit about the music game.
Man, I'm Kane, straight here from Boston. Got some new music coming. Man, basically, man, I'm just new to the game, playing my part.
All right, cool, man. Tell us a little bit, what got you into music? Because I feel, you say you're new, but it looks like you know how to do so many things already that I would have thought that.
Nah, see, honestly, I say I'm new, but I've been making music since I was 12 years old. I'm 28 years old, so years and years, practice. I just been writing for so long. I never really pushed myself enough to try and really make it hard until recently when people really started telling me the music was good. That's when I started really looking at myself.
Yeah, I mean, I can vouch for that. I mean, I've heard the music. I think it's good. Tell us